Okay, so I did make a start on the Street Storm Grand Prix originally, and I've now decided, just because I want to make this easier than it has been so far, especially since I had to reset the game after it crashed, I've decided I'm going to take the easy way out and not have to do too much fiddling with the editing. I'm just going to restart the championship altogether. That seems to be my best choice. Yes, because I'll have too many problems otherwise. And I'm going to use the car I was using in my original attempt of recording this, and that is the Custom Sport. And the other reason I'm doing this as well, because I want to do this for America! And this, I can say, definitely has the patriotic image of me winning this for the US. Or at least whatever's left of it. But I'm not going to be political. I'm just saying. But anyways, yeah. I'm doing this for America. Just like Ford... Just like both Ford and Chevrolet did the 24 Hours of Le Mans for America. And I'm already off to a poor start. Well, really shouldn't surprise me too much at this stage, because I kind of knew that was going to happen. I'm going to shit myself. I just managed to make the timer somehow, and how that did not become a third accident in a row, I will probably never know. But in some stages, because of the crests I see before me, I feel like in some areas I should probably switch to the bumper view just so I can see where the vehicles are in the blind areas. Because we are still on the streets after all. But anyways, the leader's not too far up ahead of me. We're being led by the Custom Coupe, and the other opponents I should mention we have in this championship are the Custom Pickup and also the Custom SUV. So, I'm not too far behind the Custom Coupe. As long as I don't have too many accidents at this point in the event, then I might be able to catch up to him without wrecking myself. And as I say that, I do wreck myself, unsurprisingly. Fuck my ass. You know, if I finish 4th in this race, then I'm just gonna reset the game again. I don't fucking care who you are. I will just reset the game and start over if I finish 4th. Which I can assure you is one thing Motherfuckers! I will find you. Okay, that's it. I need to switch to bumper view, because I cannot see a fucking thing where the vehicles around me are going. I need to switch to the bumper view, and I need to switch to it now if I'm gonna get back into this thing, or if I'm gonna have any shot of winning at this stage, because all I've really been involved in is rack after rack after rack after rack after rack, and I want it to stop, and this I think is the only way to do that. Well, at least I can say Well, at least I can say it's not the Daytona 500 under a stage racing format. Because we all know that tends to be a genuine rack fest. Well, that almost ended in disaster. I really don't know if I'm going to win this race. I'll have to get lucky if I do, but I really don't think I'm going to win this. The way this race has gone. I made far too many mistakes for this to be a race-winning run. Well, at least I can say I'm able to use the boost tank. And there goes the pickup. Now, can I close in on the coupe without wrecking myself? Please. Can I do this? Potentially. We shall wait and see. I did switch to the bumper view for a reason, and I am getting back into contention. Oh, he's slowing. And he wrecked. Okay. As I narrowly avoid hitting that car I just slotted through, I now take the lead. In spite of my ineptitude early on, when it came to avoiding the traffic. But either way, I'm out in front, and now it's the... Wow. I think I narrowly escaped death in that instance. And it really had to make me think over how I was going to avoid that. Fuck off. Oh, doesn't matter. And I'm gonna be third. Fuck you. I knew something like that was going to happen. I was almost secure for victory, and right when I stepped on the brakes, a truck just had to fucking destroy me. Personally, I am furious with myself, knowing I was not able to clear that crossroad section. I have no idea what the hell happened, and nor do I care. Moving on. Yeah, I wrecked too many times in that race. And apparent as it might be, it was the SUV who won that race in the end. Well, anyways. Not going to be a perfect score, unfortunately, but let's just move on to the next race before I become frustrated with myself to the point of where it's really going to piss me off. I just want to get this done. I'm also pretty sure this is going to be another cleanup job for the supercar, because I know that's what I'm going to have to do. So, apparent as it might be, the SUV won the first race and missed all of that, and missed the shit show I had to face in the traffic. I think if that truck wasn't there, I probably would have won the race. But sadly, however, I didn't. And even after the finish, things still got pretty fucking wild, because once I crossed the finish line, I was wrecked again. And that's basically what I consider to be Daytona-style racing. Because, you know, at Daytona, basically what happens when it comes to stage racing at Daytona, it's pretty much wreck or be wrecked, essentially. At least that's what I've seen from Daytona during the stage racing era in NASCAR, because you're basically just hoping for dear life that you do not get wrecked, whilst you're also doing it under a format that favours winning over everything else. I'm not really a fan of it because, personally, I don't really see the distinction of pack racing under a format where you're basically just having to throw the caution every 215 miles or so, or probably every less than 200 miles, where you're basically just throwing stage cautions for no apparent reason whatsoever, except for saying you just want to keep the pack bunched up, for them to just basically cause even more chaos and destruction than what pack racing at— oh, fuck you! I almost avoided you. Why did you swerve to the left? What the fuck is wrong with you? I really don't know if I'm gonna win this or not. I think I'm gonna have to get extremely lucky at this stage, because morale at the moment is not very high, and unless I score a win here, I highly doubt it's going to improve. Especially considering I finished third in the first race. And if I lose this race, I will basically be apoplectic. Because I should have won that first race. Hell, I even stepped on the brakes to avoid crashing into another car, but then suddenly the truck just came around and said, "Haha, joke's on you, fucker. You don't deserve to win." And oddly enough, that is a distinction that came to fruition. Almost as if I was literally facing a Grim Reaper. Someone who was basically wanting to pull off a Freddy Krueger style death on me. But it doesn't matter, because I win the second race, and I wreck once I cross the finish line. And I know that's happened in NASCAR many times in the past. The most notable of these being when Terry Labonte won at Bristol in 1995 and beat out Dale Earnhardt, but, well, Dale Earnhardt being the intimidator, he effectively made contact with Terry Labonte and basically put him into the wall. Yeah, that was not a proud moment. But either way, it was quintessential Dale Earnhardt, proving he would basically do whatever it took to win. I do refer to Dale Earnhardt Sr. when I say this, I don't mean Dale Jr., if that's who you're thinking. Anyways, I've scored a win now. I might be on the edge, but there's every opportunity I can win at least 3 of these next couple of races. And I'm now tied for points with the Custom Coupe, who finished second in the first race, but also finished second in this race. The pickup also has a point, and the SUV has that 1 win in the first race. So let's now head to Big Surf Shores for our third race. And everything on my laptop seems to be operating normally. Just checking to be sure of this. But anyways, here we are at Big Surf Shores. Let's hope we can actually pull this off. Maybe. And well, at least I can say I wasn't the only one who didn't get the boost off the line. The custom coupe was also the one who didn't get the boost off the line. So I am going to have a third place result in my records, but either way, it doesn't matter as long as I don't finish 4th, because, well, if I do finish 4th, then, well, I'll basically be incensed. As in, I won't just be angry, but I'll be very angry, if that becomes the case. I won't be apoplectic, but I will be incensed. If I end up finishing 4th, under the circumstances. But anyways, I kind of knew chaos like this was going to emerge, but at least I can say I'm tied for the championship points lead. I'm tied with 4 points for the coupe, who had a runner-up finish, in the first 2 races, and he could very well finish second in all 5 of these races. But I honestly hope at this stage I'll be able to at least get the series win. And that's going to require me to win some races. I have 1 win under my belt so far, so it at least proves it is still all to play for. But I will have to go back and do this again, so I can officially get the perfect score and unlock the next. I don't know if it's a face-off event that comes after this or if it's a pursuit event, but either way, I need the perfect score in order to unlock the other event. And surprisingly, for the first time all championship long, I had a lap where I did not crash, which I think is a miracle. Especially after all the chaos and destruction I had to withstand in the first 2 races. So the custom pickup is leading this race as I'm power sliding my way through these corners and narrowly avoid getting botted, and I narrowly avoid getting bopped by that car that was just behind me, and I managed to slot myself through that crossroad section and not being held accountable for the chaos and destruction that could have ensued had it not been for me basically doing whatever it took to swerve away from it. Not into it, but away from it. And now it's the custom SUV who is running in second. I cannot tell for sure where the custom coupe is, but he's probably somewhere lurking in the shadows, waiting to make his move. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I did not think that was going to be a mess, but somehow it was. So anyways, final lap here at Big Surf Shores. It looks as though this is going to be potentially a win. I had 2 perfect laps, which is the most I've had so far, until I wrecked there just a minute ago. And I just noticed my car was over-revving in 3rd gear. And you know, I actually had a perfect drift through that corner once. Anyways. I have a 2.366 second lead over the SUV. So for once I can say that's the first time I've not seen the 9 glitch being in the intervals in terms of tenths, hundredths or thousandths of a second. So I guess it is possible to break that glitch in certain areas. And the custom SUV is now right on my anus. Whilst I am doing everything in my power to make sure I stay ahead of him, because I need at least 2 more wins if I'm going to clinch the cup, and hopefully this time around I will manage to get the trophy. And yes, I am taking the safer route this time around because it means I don't have to interfere with oncoming traffic, or the oncoming traffic doesn't have to interfere with me, or whatever the hell it is. But either way, I now have a comfortable lead. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a win if nothing happens. I ease off the throttle just in case, and even though I had to coast a little bit there, I am glad to say I scored the win at the end of the day. And that is all I care about. So, in terms of my replay shots, well, I think I'm going to get one from Big Surf Shores. And I do remember where the next race is taking place. It will be taking place at Airport Terminal 3 Reverse. I have 2 wins under my belt now and a total of 7 points to compensate. So I should have the lead now by at least 1 point if the fucking custom coupe will be classified second in this race. But still, just getting my thumbnail evidence whilst I'm here, because I said before that I am doing this for America! It's also because, personally, I really like the way this thing looks in its custom variant. I'd say this car could definitely give the custom coupe a run for its money in terms of looks, and not just because of its patriotic livery. Okay, no such issues at the moment. Just checking my laptop to make sure everything is running the way it should. I'm glad to say it is. And just gonna wait until I get to the end of the lap to end off the thumbnail evidence. Yes. Okay, that's where the thumbnail evidence will conclude for this video. And I am doing this for clickbait purposes because I like making my own custom thumbnails. Anyways, moving on. So, 2 wins in a row. That should put me on top in the point standings. Had 1 wreck and an overall score of 5.7 million. And so, the custom pickup is closing in on the SUV. The custom coupe is now second with another runner-up finish, and the SUV is barely holding on to 3rd position. So, let's head to race 4, which takes place at Airport Terminal 3, and where hopefully this time around the game will not crash on me, like it did last time. So here we go. So, relatively normal start, I would say, is what that is. And now, it would seem as though, at the moment, this is going to be another rack fest, the way I see it. Very much like the first two races were, but I am glad to say I did manage to win the second race, even though I basically wrecked more times than any other opponent in that race. And I'm off to a good start because I start off the race with a perfect lap. I'm quite certain this will not be a perfect run in terms of me not crashing, but I have done that a couple of times before in this game. It would be nice if I could manage to get myself a reasonable finish. How did I manage to avoid hitting that bus? I've got no idea. Anyways. 4.2 second interval to the custom coupe. And I also get a burnout to add to the score. I have an overall score of 6 million points so far. And the gap is now 3.9 seconds. So nearly 4 seconds advantage to me over the custom coupe. Hoping I can at least manage to win. Fuck my ass. And everyone else just racks behind me. That was beautiful. And now it looks as though the custom pickup is right on my ass. Oh boy. Is this going to be another one of those carnage-filled rack fests? Where basically I'm going to crash and then the rest of the field is basically going to rack behind me. Yeah, that by the way is the advent of pack racing. And why it basically tends to cause multi-car accidents a lot of the time. And it has to be said, considering literally the whole field was involved in one crash, that's pretty much the perfect example of what NASCAR calls the big one. It's basically a multi-car crash where you know at least as many as 6 or 7 cars are usually involved in a multi-pile-up, and then basically once the big one has happened, it's just a matter of knowing how many cars are involved in the accident when it happens. But it doesn't matter because I hold off the rest of the field to win my 3rd race in succession. So 3 wins now. I should be certified for the points lead. I still need to make sure I have a good run, but at least I can say, wow, I scored nearly 11 million points in that one race. But anyways, so we have a tiebreaker going into the final race for 3rd. Both myself and the custom coupe are pretty much secure for 1st and 2nd, but I still need to at least finish behind him and score 1 point in order for the cup to be mine, because then if it comes down to a tiebreaker, I will have the advantage. So here we go, final race taking place at Heartbreak Hills, and I believe this is another sprint race. Start your engines for the Miracle Mile. And yes, this is another sprint race. So, just need 1 point and then the cup is mine. And it looks as though the custom pickup got the best start of all of us off the line. But either way, as long as I finish ahead of the custom coupe or score at least 1, maybe 2 points, then I'm pretty sure the trophy will be mine, even though I am going to have to come back and do this again, so I can achieve the perfect score. And trying to make sure I do not wreck early on in this race, because I have seen that happen numerous times. I'm pretty sure that's the custom pickup up ahead of me, because I can see black. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, correction, that's the SUV, not the pickup. Okay, so it was the SUV who got the best start of all of us. Well, whilst I can say I'm not good when it comes to starting the race, I can at least say I'm good when it comes to getting through the race, and hoping that whatever does happen, I do manage to get the results I account for. Anyways, using the boost tank, as of which, ironically, this is the Miracle Mile in the Custom Series Championship. I forgot to mention, we do basically have to do every single race again, except for saying, with the sprint races, we are doing them with the custom variants. So, I'm probably going to have to do another run here with the supercar, but either way, it doesn't matter, because I win! 4 out of 5 races won, and that should give me a calculative total of 13 points. So yeah, okay. So, just to make a correction, it was the SUV who got the best start of all of us, not the pickup. But either way, I still get the gold medal. So, a perfect run, no crashes, and an overall score of 2.5 million. And because there seems to be a default setting where whenever the player wins a race, the top 3 cars basically auto-reset their finishing positions without actually getting a chance to finish the race in where they would have finished physically, I win the championship by 3 points over the custom coupe. The custom pickup takes 3rd as a result of this default bug that seems to keep reoccurring, and the custom SUV finishes last with 3 points as a result of him winning the first race. So, I've unlocked one part of this, but there is still the pursuit race I need to unlock, and now we do have the custom coupe available to us, and our next race is the Point of Impact Grand Prix. And that's probably the car I'll be using next. But either way, I've got to go back and do this whole championship again so I can achieve a clean sweep. So without further ado, let's go back and sweep this championship. Okay, so I used the supercar again so I could be certain of getting a perfect score. Also, after the custom sport, because he scored not one single point for the whole of this championship, and I think that's a great shame. But whatever, moving on. We've got Pursuit 5, and it takes place on 88 Interchange, and now we can move on. So, another championship is down, and next up will be Pursuit 5. Stay tuned for more of Burnout.